All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participants' opinions are based on the information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expressions or accuracy is related to Upscale Love for You.
Hello, and good evening. I am your host, Dr. Fabulous, and welcome. We come this evening to share our thoughts on being single. I know everyone that comes to Upscale Love may not be single. You may be married, you may be divorced, you may be separated, or you may be a widower. Whatever you are, we come to give you knowledge because what? Knowledge is power. And this evening, as I said, I am your host, Dr. Fabulous, and I'm going to send it over to my girl, Chocolate Pearl, so she can introduce herself.
I'm sorry. Hey. This is Chocolate Pearl, the girl that's going to rock your world tonight and talk about the single and mingling and knowing how to be free. I'm going to send this over to my favorite brother, Dr. Feelgood.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Feelgood, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. Bringing it to you live from the DC, going to do my thing and be me and have you doing the 1, 2, 3. Don't be like Sierra and twerk, but I'm going to make it work. Tonight is a humdinger. We're going to bring it close to you. It's going to be why are you perpetually single? Everybody in their cousin knows somebody who's perpetually single. You know, and how do you work your way in and out of that? So with that, I'm passing it to the drop of honey. She makes a lot of money. Her disposition is sunny. And of course, she's not bummy. Go on, Dr. Seductive.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Seductive, the lady who is thick as honey and just as sweet. Tonight's topic is sure to be a treat, so sit back, enjoy, and get ready to feast on these seductive drops of honey.
All right. Well, thank you all for your intros. Well, tonight, Upscale Love is formulated to entertain, educate, and facilitate self help, self love, and everything you want or wish to know about love. We talk about relationships, dating, marriage, etc. Upscale Love is often known for uncovering hot topics, sensitive issues, from tales to singleton to parenting struggles and everything in between. Whether you are actively seeking directions or looking for a good conversation, you have come to the right place tonight. And every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. here on Zoom, we are here for you, Upscale Love for You. So, with no further ado, I'm going to get right on into my first question. And my first question is I'm taking a little survey. If you are single, please put yes in the chat box. And if you enjoy being single, put me a yes in the chat box. Oh, Dr. Seductive, that was real quick. Yes. Okay, all right. So with that little poll, I'm going to come and say, all of you who are single, and you said yes, that you enjoy being single. I'm going to start off with old Julius because he said yes to being single. Tell me one good reason, Julius, why you enjoy being single, but you got to unmute so I can hear your voice.
Um, Less drama. Being in a relationship is hard. Dealing with people's emotions and their baggage is hard. So I keep myself in a position where I got options and I don't have to deal with it all the time. I mean, it can be lonely sometimes, but I can do me better than doing other people right now.
Okay. Well, I'll take that. Miss Millie, tell me why you enjoy. I didn't see a yes, yes from you, but I'm asking you anyway, because if you're single, tell me why you like being single or you don't like being single, Miss Millie.
I don't like being single, but for now it's a choice. And until I have a companion, I just deal with it. But I would rather have a companion. But then again, as Julia stated, sometimes it's good not to have to worry about other people's drama. When I want to move, I can move just like that. I don't have to worry about explaining, nobody questioning me, and where you going, when you're going to be back. I'll be back when I get ready.
Gotcha. Well, all right.
Miss Millie, do you want hold on, Miss Millie? Do you want a CNI? I mean, a service provider, a pleasure service provider.
That'll work.
All right, Julius, you
I'm
got.
playing.
Hey,
I'm playing.
yeah. You heard
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, you heard it first. You heard it first here on Upscale Love for You, whatever that was. Okay, let's get to it. So I'm going to jump down to Miss Seductive. And after Miss Seductive, I'm going to come to Mr. Douglas and get some insight from Douglas. Miss
Well,
Seductive, you gave me a yes, yes?
yes, because I can, date who I want to date, and I don't have to date the same person all the time. Um, and I may want this person to go out to eat for good stimulating conversation, and then I may want this person to come over and fix a chair or do something else,
Rotate your tires. I got you. Sometimes the
Yeah,
Player,
tires got to
and
be
player,
rotated.
player,
and
player,
somebody
play
else might be
on.
my oil change man. You know what I'm saying? So, it's nice to be able to keep my options open, and
But you
just
don't want
enjoy
Jiffy
being
Lube, do
single.
you?
Sir?
You don't want Jiffy Lube.
No, I don't want Jiffy Lube. I don't want no mini man.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want no mini man. But I mean, just to have the company, and then as Julia says, I don't have to worry about the drama. Like, you know, I don't have to worry about somebody saying, "Who was that over at your house? Who was that over at your house?" I don't know. So it's kind of nice. And I'm not saying that I want to be single forever, but right now I love it. Like, and I snore, so I don't have to worry about nobody saying, "Wake up, you're snoring."
Okay. All right. So I'm hearing this phrase is almost like a catch 22. You don't have drama when you're single. And are you all saying that with a relationship, there comes drama?
Sometimes,
Yeah,
not all the
sometimes
time.
not all the time. Some everybody has their own baggage. And
Okay.
sometimes, that baggage might be good. It might be full of candy and surprises. And sometimes that baggage might not be good. But everybody has their own baggage. It's just what you choose to put up with, so to speak.
Okay. All right. I see we have some newcomers to Upscale Love for You. Welcome, Keith Steverson and Julius. I'm sending out a shout out to you. Welcome, both of you. Let me jump up here to Anson before he falls asleep because he's gotten real comfortable in his chair, and I want to keep him stimulated this evening. So, Anson, you said that you are single and you enjoy being single. And I would like to hear a male perspective on why well, Julius told us, but I would like for you to tell me, how old are you, Anson?
I'm 37.
37. Okay, so we're getting a viewpoint from under the age of 40. So give me what you got and tell me why.
Well, I stay in South Florida. I'm here in Miami. So,
Mm.
I mean, ain't no shortage of women around here. And um, I can pretty much get whatever I want. I just gotta put the effort out to do it. So, like Judy said earlier, yeah, it might be lonely sometimes, but when all boils down to it, I'd rather deal with being lonely than being frustrated. So
Okay.
Can't
So
you be
you doing
sexually
the
frustrated too?
I mean, when you're
Because
in a
you
relationship,
got with someone.
well, yes, there's different type of frustration, but I'd rather have frustration that I endure on myself, not frustration that's brought to me by somebody else.
oh,
Chocolate
Perfect.
Pearl, nothing that little Rose can't rub out though.
oh,
I haven't
okay.
gotten that yet. I gotta try it.
Oh,
perfect,
okay.
perfect
All right.
example is I just recently started talking to one young lady, and I spoke to the day before was when I first started got the opportunity to speak to her. And then the next day, I didn't call her back. So she had an attitude about why I didn't call her back. First and foremost, I just met you literally 24 hours ago. I have no obligation to call you. So regardless of whatever I'm doing, if I said I was gonna call you and I didn't, then it's my bad. I own that. But that's all I can do. I'm not
So
gonna
did
sit
you
here.
tell her, Anson, you were calling her back?
I said I was gonna call her back, but I spoke to her earlier that day.
Okay, so you got caught up.
I
You
had
got caught
family
up and you didn't call her back?
right.
Okay, but I understand. And she probably, I'm sure she wasn't waiting around twiddling her thumbs waiting for you to call her back.
Yes, she
But
was. Don't take
sometimes,
that from her.
no, I'm just saying, sometimes as women, as an older woman, if a man say, well, I'm gonna call you back, you kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. But if he doesn't call you back, that leads you not to call him. But if you really want to talk, because I'm that type person, you don't call me, I'm not calling you. I'm just like that. And I may want to talk to this person till Jesus come back, but I'm not gonna pick up the telephone to
But
call
that's like I told.
because that's just me. So I'm saying, if she gave you attitude when did you call her back, or did she end up calling you?
She sent me a text message, but I did call her back. I
But she
called her
was
back
Okay,
the
going
next
in.
okay.
the
That
Well,
next
text
that's
day
me.
all
after
that
that.
matters. That's all
But I
that
Women,
called
I
matters
don't
I
care
because
called
what age
but
sometimes
they
no,
are, Dr. Fabulous. I don't care what age they are. This time and day, there's a lot of women who have a problem with when someone says, I'm gonna call you back, they figure that you're supposed to call them back in their time. So it's not, I understand what you're saying. If they don't call back, they just don't call back. But that's this day and age, them women want, I don't care what age they are, they want you to call back in their time. So it's, you and I don't care if you don't call back. Oh well, that means
that's
you
it.
done went on about your business, and you'll call when you want to talk. But
That's
there
it.
are a lot of people nowadays, they want to know why you ain't call them. They into that drama filled issues. I don't understand why, but they are.
And
Okay.
that may be a reason they perpetually single.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
exactly.
could be. That could be. But I just feel like people make time for what they want to make time for.
Oh yeah.
And when it's fresh and when it's new, you all giddy. Cause you've been there. If you meet that person and he really stimulates your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, and all that good stuff, you excited when that phone rang because you're like, oh, that's my boo.
it
And
was
so you're gonna
24 hours. Ain't none of that happened in 24 hours.
oh no. I'm not talking about in 24 hours. No,
But
I'm not, I
that
don't
was the
think
That's how
situation
they
I'm speaking of.
exactly answers in 24
oh,
hours. They want you to call. Why you ain't call? What's the
but
problem?
no,
What's wrong
no,
with me?
because it takes a little more stimulation, more in-depth conversation to get it rocking and rolling at that point. I'm going to jump down to Douglas and then I'm gonna come up to UK because Douglas was first and I see your hand is up now. So Douglas, welcome this evening.
Okay.
Are we talking, Douglas, or we just smiling?
Oh no, Kay was talking for a second there. Excuse me to herself. Am I single? Yes. Do I enjoy being single? Yes.
Now tell me why you like being single, Douglas.
I enjoy the state that I'm in.
The state that you're in.
When I get
You
married
care to
again,
elaborate?
I'll enjoy that. I'm
So
just
you
sitting here
are
happy.
you are in search of love to one day getting married again.
Oh no.
What?
Nope.
You contradictory now. You can't just walk and get married. You got to. It's a process, Douglas.
Doc,
No,
what
I
he's saying,
said
he's
enjoy-
whether he's married or not, he's good.
Yes, sir. See.
Oh, well, that's not what
enjoy-
he said.
That's why I said enjoy
That
the
is
current
what he
state
said.
that you're in. I said if I get married again, I will enjoy that state also.
Oh, you
Okay,
said
am I
if you get
actively
married
looking?
again. The first time
Yep.
I thought I heard you say when I get
I
married
heard
again.
when.
That
I heard
was
when, too.
I
different.
heard a win
But
too.
if you get married again, okay, now we're here.
Because
I
you know,
got you. I
women,
got you.
we are very technical with when, if,
But
maybe. We
Because
listen
we're
to all those
auditory.
key
We're
words.
auditory, baby. We listen to
Well,
exactly what you
also,
say.
Except for when it
but-
comes to paying dang darn bills.
Huh? What
Right.
you say? I didn't
Oh,
hear
bring
that.
that
They're
up.
very selective with that. See?
Well,
They're
you
very
the ones.
selective with that.
Well, Dr. Feelgood, you say you the man of the house. You take care of all the bills.
That's
Now
right.
you said that
That's
out of
what
your
you
own
said.
mouth.
That
And we
part.
don't forget what you say.
I remember
either.
you saying that as well.
I have
I
a
remember you saying that as
recorder.
well.
I remember.
Hey, well, of
Okay,
course,
all
women will
right.
remember
I'm gonna
anything.
bring it on back. What are you
No.
saying, Douglas?
I was like, of course, women will remember anything when it comes to them not having to pay. They're gonna remember exactly what they said.
Look at ants.
But
I don't
also,
see anything
Yeah.
wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. What's
See?
your point?
That's the
But-
selfish nature. That's why we like being single, because we don't gotta deal with all that selfishness.
Well,
But-
I'm
but
sorry, that
also-
didn't happen with me. I was paying all the bills. So that
Chocolate
also-
Pearl.
I'm with you too,
Chocolate
Pearl. I
You're a
understand.
different
I
kind of
understand.
girl.
I'm
Listen.
not paying all the bills if he there. He ain't gonna be there if I'm gonna pay all the bills.
There you go.
Say
I'm
that,
giving you
but-
that one. Okay.
Also, if I did say
Miss
when I get
Millie,
married,
hold on, Doc. So you saying if I'm with you, I can't lay up there eating up all the collard greens,
Only
eating all the
if,
hog bars,
if you're my
eating all the
significant other
chitlins.
and you lose your job and you was holding it down, or you get hurt or something and you were holding it down, I got you. But if you are capable of working just like I work every single day and you decide you don't want to pay no bills, holla, see you when I see you. And I wouldn't want to be you.
All right now. All right.
but
So
I was going to finish up. But I said,
go
even if
ahead,
I did
Douglas. I'm
say-
sorry.
Even if I did say when I get married again, that's still an if, because when is an if. And like a couple of people saying, the drama. It takes work to be in a relationship. You got to be ready for that work. You got to
Okay.
smile and like somebody when you're tired.
You
But if
got
I'm
to
single-
smile and but if you really like them genuinely, Douglas, you don't have to do it, pretentiously. You do
Well,
it.
that's that's what all the divorced people said too. So, at one time they were happy and smiling in each other's faces. So I don't even get with that. It takes work every day to stay in the relationship or to end it. So That's all.
go to Kay. She had her hand up for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, Douglas, you got me choked all up, honey. I had to get me some water on that. I almost got choked. Had to bring it on back. It was in my windpipe. I had to get it out. Come on, Special K. I'm gonna say Miss K Henderson.
Well, I
That's
said,
what
Dr.
always-
Fab, you getting a little seductive talking about getting choked and stuff. Those are my.
Okay, all
and
right.
it's in her windpipe.
It was in my
Okay, so I kind of have a question and a comment. So I came in a little late. Sorry about that. I was driving. So I heard you, Doctor. I'm not sure what the question came in and heard you about calling your significant or the person you're dating or dealing with, how you don't do the calling much. If they don't call, you're not gonna call. So I don't know. I was wondering, like, nothing wrong with a female calling a guy. I think if it's like, I myself personally, I'm not gonna keep calling to no dead end and I'm not getting anything reciprocated, because I am going to give you the same energy that you're going to give me. However, I also know, living in the times that we are in, I don't know if I'm a little too school, but I listen to men. I listen to men in all aspects as far as their thoughts and how they feel. Whether it's friends of mine that are out there dating, whether it's men on this panel, you know, per se, I listen to what they're saying. And a lot of men are to the point now where they feel, why do I have to do everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't see nothing wrong. So if you know your man is working, or the man that you're dealing with, he might be working. Some men are out here truckers, they're driving, you know, it could be anything. What's wrong with, and I'm not saying all the time, because I agree with you on that. I'm not going to be the one that's going to be picking up that phone every single time. However, what's wrong? I just don't see what's wrong with, sometimes men want to be made to feel wanted and to be made to feel good. Just like you said, because I agree with you with that call, because I trust you see that name come across the screen and you all feeling giggly inside. Oh, he thinking about me, he called me. But they want the same thing too sometimes.
Right.
So being, you know what I'm saying? So understanding that, it's like, okay, I ain't heard from him. Well, let me just pick up the phone. But hey, how you doing? I was just going to see how your day was, or shoot a text first. I had someone I was in a situation with, and he told me that he purposely didn't call me for almost 2 days, because he said, I do all the calling. I call you every morning. I video call you. Because I was like that too. You know, it was like, oh, if I ain't hear from him, I was waiting to hear from him. And he said, you know, it makes me feel good to get that wake up call from you too in the mornings and things like that. And I'm going to tell you, once I grasped that, our relationship took off. Now it was to the point where, you know what, when I think about you, I'm going to call you. I don't care. You know, but I mean, I wasn't in a situation either. Now, if it's days go by, you're absolutely right. That I don't feel that that's an excuse. It shouldn't be you dealing with somebody and you don't hear from them for 3 days. But, you know, so I just feel that we have to, as women, especially if you want to be, you know, things change. And sometimes we have to change with the times that have changed. And it's nothing wrong with a woman taking the lead to a degree, you know. I don't feel that it's nothing wrong with that. If you want that man, go get that man. Believe me, he paying attention. He watching.
Okay. Well, I understand you clearly. But what I was saying is, Anson was giving an example about he had met a young lady, spoke with her, said he was going to call her, but this was just like in 24 hours. So they haven't even taken the dust off of their shoes yet to really even, they're getting started. But what I'm saying is, when you're in a relationship with someone, and majority of the time, as I say, I get excited when you see your boo shankalane calling, you're like, woo. But if it's an instance where you don't want anyone to be taken for granted, whether you're male or female. Correct. And yes, it's not wrong with women picking up the telephone and calling to check on and, you know, do the normal things that we do. But don't be that woman that's going to hound the man, run the man down. What you doing? Why you didn't call me at 6:45? You told me you was going to call me at 6:45, but you didn't call me at 6:45. I want to know where you at, what you're doing and all that. Don't be that person.
Right.
Allow some.
So you know what I would have did in that situation, Anson, in all honesty, like you said, if y'all just on that meeting scale, just at that first initial meeting point, and you told her 24 hours, I probably wouldn't have called you on nothing like that. But I also would have gave him the benefit of the doubt. In 24 hours, okay, so the next day, if I don't hear from you, maybe by the end of that next day, I might shoot a text and just say, hey, how you doing? Heard, you know, haven't heard from you, just whatever. Give me I'm not going to just cut him off just because he didn't call me back in that 24 hours or get my panties in a bunch. Like, because people, we all live lives. Things happen. You know, and sometimes but I'm going to see what his pattern is. Now, if it's a constant pattern, you know what I'm saying? And that's up to everybody's individual taste is how long they want to wait and see. But If it's a constant pattern, then yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, you know,
Yeah, but
I'm
Answer
sorry,
said,
but you don't seem to have time. So I'll catch you another time.
All
yeah,
right.
but
And I'm going to jump
Answer
on
said it
up
was
here.
Excuse
it
me.
wasn't even 24 hours.
Right.
Answer said it wasn't even 24 hours. So I
Same
think
thing.
that's that anal
So we lost you, Miss
situation.
K. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm going to jump on over here to Julius because I sure want to hear what Julius got. I told you it's the beard for me. Go on, Julius. I'm working the runway tonight.
So I guess
Hey,
it got to
boys,
be
chill out.
Marlon Gray.
Douglas, I said it's the beard for me. You,
Looking for a
Anson,
young one.
Julius, I'm gonna give you
Cougar.
a compliment, Douglas. I like your beard too. I like your beard. Okay,
Cougar.
okay, but don't be interrupting Julius now. I'm trying to hear what he's saying.
I like that
Come on,
voice.
Me too.
So,
okay.
okay, here we go. So,
Here we
one
go.
of the challenges I have is meeting women who, you know, they say one thing. This is their intention. You know, so for instance, right, this is gonna sound kind of kind of wild. So I met this woman. I was talking to her for a while. I'm divorced, and she was getting divorced. So, you know, things progressed. We talked for a while, and then come find out, yeah, she was divorced. I thought it was weird, right? Because she always wanted to come to my house, you know, or whatnot, or we go to hotels and whatnot. We be downtown, something, and go in hotels and whatnot. So I didn't make a big deal of it. She has a young daughter, so we weren't there to introduce each other to our families and whatnot. So I didn't make a big deal. So come to find out, this woman was still cohabiting with her husband, her ex-husband. And when I found out about this, she asked me to be her side dude. So I'm like, well, hey, stop it. That's not who I am.
Oh, you got a dog. Keep trying to
I
tell
got
on
dogs. I got dogs.
dogs.
You
Okay.
got
And they're
two
fighting.
dogs.
They're
Okay.
playing. But yeah, and that was one of my challenges. It's like I put that up front. I don't do drama. And that sounds very dramatic because this man finds out, he's gonna feel some kind of way. Because
Okay.
I found out.
Julius, let me tell you what this is. See,
Hold
you
on
know,
one
you
second.
go
I'm
on
sorry.
these dating sites. You can put on mute because you can hear me. You go on these dating sites and people put up there separated. Keep on stepping. Do that separation in another, because you know you don't want to get caught up. They're still legally
This was not a
married.
dating site. I met this.
You,
I met her at
she
work.
probably was on there. You just didn't know she was on there.
I met her at work.
On there.
So it wasn't a dating site. And
Okay. But
it was a
yet
little wild. But
still,
I'm just saying, intentions. Just be honest. Give me the option to say I'm cool with that, you know, or I'm not cool with that. When you find out, that's when you develop. That's what I'm talking about: drama, trust issues, not wanting to deal with that stuff. And that's just wild to me. Like how you do stuff like that and think it's cool, you know, like if a dude did something like that, you know, it'd be, you know, he'd be that bastard. You know, he out here doing women wrong. He is what the problem is with women and why women are like they are. You know, we don't trust men. But that was just wild to me that, you know, I wasn't expecting that because, you know, that kind of stuff don't happen to dudes. But it was like she was just nonchalant about it. She was like, yeah, he ain't got to know. You can just be my side. You know, we can still keep doing what we're doing. I'm
well,
like,
why were you considered her side if she was actually divorced?
she was living in the house still with her ex.
Oh, okay. All right. She
No,
was
he was
still
still in the
living there, but they weren't married.
They were divorced. They're divorced. But
Oh, okay. Well,
I didn't know
like a
that they
roommate
was
type thing.
yeah.
Fact
So
is, she was wrong.
yeah, exactly.
I hear
But
what you're saying.
but those kind of situations are what I'm talking about when I say drama. It's like just be honest up front, let me know what's going on. So I got that I can make my decision myself, or do I feel like dealing with this or not?
Exactly.
Right.
Don't have me out here looking crazy.
And get a
But you know,
bullet.
hey, Mariel, can I say something?
I'm Dr. Fabulous Key.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Fabulous. I
Don't be putting my government out there.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Dr. Fabulous, but I think you have to take responsibility for that, man, because the first time she told you she was going through a divorce, that means she's on an emotional roller coaster. So I don't even know why you got attached to that. That would have been a sign to me to step back. Okay, you go work that out. When you're free, let me know. We can take it from there.
Yeah, she was fine as hell.
I don't mean nothing.
She was fine in the motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. Them Puerto Rican women.
Now that's the truth there, Julius. That's the truth there.
She gave you an option. You didn't want to take it.
She didn't give me an option. She didn't tell me the truth.
She put you in an option.
Divorce and she was getting divorced.
No.
She put you in an option.
Julius, you got to take responsibility for that, man. And you're gonna learn from that when somebody's talking about going through divorce, and when anytime they sound like they still got that emotional attachment, ain't got that all sorted out, that's gonna be a problem for you. That's gonna be an emotional roller coaster. You're hanging around.
Here's the situation. I was going through the same thing. That's what I'm saying. So I knew where I was at, and I thought we were I was going through divorce at the same time too.
Julius,
so
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. That happened to me too. That happened to me too. Oh, we're separated.
Hey, Julian, you know what, Julian? You were trying to measure her emotional output based on yours, and you can't.
Exactly.
You know that.
I was just trying to figure out how fucked that booty was at the time, but then I got caught up in that other stuff.
Hey, Julian, I think you got caught up. I think that fine just got
Julian said they used to meet at the hotels. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
I heard that. I heard that.
His house.
I understand. For me, it was a head game, man. I understand. I got it.
That cookie was real good.
Yeah. Until a wife show up at your job.
The whole nine.
Look at him. He visualizing that cookie right now. You saw how he looked up in the air?
Yep.
Look
at that. Oh yeah.
Well, the cookie eater must have been good too, because she wanted to keep him on the payroll.
Wow.
Well,
all right, now, all right. We gotta keep it moving.
Okay, y'all. Julius, thank you for sharing. Mr. Keith, thank you so much. Let me introduce myself to you, Mr. Keith. I'm Dr. Fabulous. Let's remember that. And I'm moving on to Douglas. Okay, Douglas?
Okay. This is a case of unspoken expectations. You know, when you say, I'm gonna call you back, hell, my time frame might be 48 hours. And you expect me to call you back in 2 hours. That's an unspoken expectation, which leads to this drama in starting and keeping relationships. That's all I had to say on that.
All right.
Thank you, Douglas.
Well, thank you, Douglas. Because my first question took so much time, I'm going to ask Dr. Seductive if she is ready, and I'll hold off on my question number 2, okay? So unfortunately, you all won't get that number 2, but we'll table this conversation at a later date and time, and I'm gonna turn this over to my Dr. Seductive.
We can't get around 2.
Everybody ain't ready for a round 2.
Douglas, you want a round 2?
And 3 and 4 and 5.
Okay.
It's hot over here, y'all. Listen, so as a single person, and now I talked about this a little bit before, that everybody brings their own baggage, right? So what emotional baggage is keeping you single? What emotional baggage is keeping you single? And since Julius has already touched on this, I'm gonna be a little personal. I want to be single now because like Julius, there was somebody who told me they were separated, and I was going from my point of view, Keith, that I was separated for more than a year, and I understand that how separations go, and I had moved on emotionally. So I'm figuring that they had moved on emotionally. We're spending holidays together. We are taking a trip together, and then his wife shows up at my job. Telling my boss that I'm married. I'm dating her married husband. So that comes with that gave me some emotional baggage there. Like, I was like, Julius, give me the choice. You don't know. I might have still wanted to be the side chick. It's not something new to me. I'm true to that. Just let me make that choice. So does anybody else have any emotional baggage? I see hands up from Dr. Fabulous and Anson. So go ahead, Dr. Fab.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know what I did to my screen, but can you all hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear
hear
and see you, darling.
Something
We can hear
happened.
you and see you.
Okay. When it comes to emotional baggage, not necessarily from a past relationship. When you are married over 25 years and your husband passed, that's kind of the situation that I'm in. And I'm learning daily that I can't take that, oh, what my husband used to do, the next one is going to do, because when you have had it, like I say, how I had it, I'm kind of looking for it, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm not going to lean all the way to the left when I'm used to what's going on with me for the right. I'm looking, but I wouldn't say it's emotional baggage. It's more so as in comparison. So with that being said, I tend to put up the check card, and that's bad, but I'm working on that. That's something I'm working on.
So
And
are you
I'm
expecting
single.
everybody to fill his shoes?
No, because there will never be another one of him, you know. But I am looking for qualities that are strong. And even with different friends that I have, it's like I'm looking like, and it's real hard for me when, and I know my cousin Anson is going to say, oh, that was because she was a kept woman. No, I wasn't a kept woman. I worked, but the way our household ran, it was like I had the surplus and I didn't have to do as this generation or some people do now. And I call that a roommate kind of situation where you share all of your bills straight down the center. So I'm not going to get into that because my cousin over there shaking his head. But I'm just saying, I look for certain qualities, just like Dr. Feelgood said, he's the man of his house and he take care of everything. That's kind of sort of from generation, from me, from my mother and father, then to me and my husband. And I'm praying that my next one that come along, and I'm not saying if or when, I'm saying when my next husband come, Douglas, he'll know the tricks of the trade. There you go.
Okay.
Is your next
Anson.
husband already married?
Huh? I didn't hear you, Douglas.
I said, is your next husband already married?
He could
my
be.
Next, listen,
He could
honey,
be.
I don't share men, and if I'm sharing, I don't know I'm sharing.
I'm just saying he could be. I mean, he could be married right now.
No, not
but
mine.
Yeah, because he your next husband, so you don't know. Like he could be married right
well,
now.
he might be married now, but when he get to me, he's gonna be 100% single. He ain't even gonna be separated, Julius.
Okay, Anson. Go ahead,
That's
babe.
what she think. That's what she think.
That's what I said, that you know of.
That you know
Danny.
of. Right.
Danny,
hey, Danny. Go ahead, Anson.
So the question is, what emotional baggage are you carrying, and what emotional baggage that I'm carrying that keeps me single? Is that the question? Okay, so I would say, I think everyone goes through this as emotional baggage, but it's all centered around trust.
Ooh,
but my emotional baggage would be being let down. Because I fight adamantly against that. I'm not going to be let down.
Yeah.
So I'd rather stay single and continue to do what I do, be right to whoever I'm being right to, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, I'm pretty sure we all can attest to this, men and women alike. I would say that it more so applies to men because I am a man. But oftentimes we get let down by deception. And naturally, I would say that women are more deceptive than men.
Of course. I would agree with that because I say this all the time. Men are like dogs. They poop and leave it right out there in the open. But women are like cats. We poop and cover that up. So
like that
unless
analogy.
we want you,
That's because we got a litter
unless we
box.
want you to know that we poop somewhere, you ain't gonna know, bro. You ain't gonna know.
Seductive. Don't
What?
give them information.
So don't be giving out secrets
Douglas.
But the thing is, it's not a secret because I already know this. I got more female friends than male friends. So I know all the little tricks y'all play and all the little things y'all do. So it's not news to me.
Now, it's not all women answer, not all women.
I didn't say all. You said all.
I would never say anything. I would never say anything is all or nothing. I mean, I just that's not always and a zero. But what I'm saying is, in general, we as women, we're very careful about what we do, and we don't really let our business be out there like that. And it's not a matter of being deceptive per se, but a lot of times, unless we want you to know something, you're probably not going to know.
Exactly.
Well, I would say deceptive mainly because you all just don't damn care. Because a lot of times y'all can say and do whatever the hell y'all want and think it's okay, but in your mind,
that's not
in your mind.
I think that's a people thing. Answer.
Well, we pay
that's
for
a
that.
people thing.
Because y'all make mistakes. That's why y'all pay for it, because y'all, like she said, you crap out in the public and let everybody see it. We put it in private, so that's why y'all ain't know. So now y'all talking about we deceptive. We're not deceptive. It's y'all.
Relax. Let's tone it down. Let's tone it down.
Okay.
That wasn't y'all. That was one individual.
It was one individual.
Right.
That's why I say
y'all.
It wasn't y'all. We felt it.
That's like I said earlier, when Julius gave his scenario, she was just wrong. It wasn't always justification of why she did it or what she did it for,
she was
or
wrong.
reason why she did it, or it's okay for this reason. That no, the fact is that she was wrong. And
I'm gonna disagree with you. Julian was wrong. He's been he knew she wasn't ready. He knew the woman she was going
but she was fine. She was fine. Julius already told us she was fine.
And you know what? He took his
and
man
that
off
right there is the reason why I say that women are more deceptive. That's why I regard myself from being let down, because there's always somebody that's going to defend whatever she does.
No, that's my thing right there. Keith, give me 1 second.
Move on.
1 second. Keith keeps saying that Julius was wrong. Julius was wrong. What about personable accountability? Where is that in this?
I agree with Julius on that.
She makes.
I really do.
I don't read minds. I can't read minds, and I
agree with you on that.
You tell me what you tell me. That's where the trust is. How you build trust.
Julius, can I say something to you?
Yeah.
Remember that something about New Edition?
Of course.
No, never trust a big ass and a smile.
Hey. They wrote that song about me. Be quiet.
Then you can never trust me then.
You ain't gonna never be able to trust me.
Okay.
You ain't gotta worry about me. You ain't gotta worry about me.
That's why they call me Chocolate Pearl.
Hello.
Chocolate
That's why they call me Dr. Seductive. Hello.
Dr. Seductive, he kept talking about how fine she was. So he stopped thinking correctly, and his thoughts should have been on her action, but it was on
his mindset was changed. It was turned upside down.
Right. We understand. Let's move it along.
Okay, Douglas, and then Chocolate Pearl, and then Heather.
All right, Doc. First, stand up and turn around.
What?
I don't want to put all this in the camera. It won't fit. It won't fit.
No, but the topic was emotional baggage.
Yeah.
And a note that I have, well, if you have more than 2 sexual partners, you lead to comparison, which leads to emotional baggage.
Okay.
And Dr. Fabulous stated that also.
You mean 2 at the same time?
No.
Julius?
That's not what he meant. That's not what he meant.
But I'm saying if you have more than 2, you're gonna always compare to the former people that you've had, that you had encounters with. And that can lead to emotional baggage on both parties' part.
Mm.
And I was thinking,
well,
one emotional baggage that I have. I used to watch I Yell and Fix My Life, and when you feel stuff in you and you can't figure it out, and when you can finally put a name on it, you know stuff becomes clear, and you can work you through whatever issues you have. And one of the words that I have is abandonment. It's like some of my emotional baggage,
That's
and it's stuff that's like out of my control. But you know, parents got divorced when I was 6. Father died when I was 8. Let's see what else. Grandmother passed. And when my grandmother passed in 1999, you know, everybody that had something with me being on earth was gone.
Wow.
You know,
But did you get counseling?
And then when I got divorced, when my wife divorced me, you know, that was a severe abandonment. So right now, that's kind of keeping me single, and I'm making this my happy space.
Yeah. Can I ask you, did you get counseling?
Oh yeah, I talk to people. I go to counseling.
No, I'm talking about, not
I go
people,
professional counseling. I go
professional.
professional counseling. I do all kind of counseling.
Wow.
But that seems to be it's a lower, it used to be a wall, but now it's just a small obstacle that I can cross if I choose to. But that's why I keep saying it's going to be a lot of work to be in a relationship. You know, because I'm used to my own space now. You know, if you come over and you stand, you know, a little bit too long, I'm like, gee, it's time for you to go. I got mine. I think you got it's time to go, so I can be with me.
Well, then, Douglas, you're not really looking for a relationship. You're looking for a hit it and quit it. I think that's what you're looking for.
No, looking for a hit it and hit it again.
Douglas, I want to thank you for sharing.
Can I elaborate on that before he move? And
hold on one second, Miss Millie. Just hold on one second, Douglas. I really want to thank you for sharing that. So many times, men, and I'm making a broad stroke, okay, but so many times men are afraid to like show their emotions, and I applaud you for doing that. Like, thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you
with us. That's gonna free somebody tonight, okay?
It is.
Mark my words.
And you know what? You made my heart quiver, Douglas. I was like,
you made other places on me quiver, Douglas. I like that. But not necessarily my heart, but because that belongs to another, but other places may have quivered. Listen, Miss Millie, I know you want to piggyback on that. Chocolate Pearl, is it okay if she piggybacks on that and then I come to you? All right, go ahead, Miss Millie.
The reason I want to piggyback on it is I understand where he's coming from with that. My mom passed when I was 7. In other words, I watched my mom get killed.
Wow.
And so I always felt left abandoned and left out from that, no matter who came. And when somebody walk out or go away, I always feel abandoned. But the only way I was able to recover from it is when I completely forgave the lady that did it. But in your case, it may not be, where you have someone to forgive to the fact that she's gone and everybody that you love have moved on. But we have to find a way within our hearts to just try as hard as we can to don't think that everybody, it's eventually somebody ain't gonna leave you. You have to give it a chance. We have to find a way to give it a chance, but it's hard when everyone seems like your all is gone. It's really hard, but we just have to try to find a way.
But Douglas, are they leaving you or you running them off though? We need to think about that.
No, he was talking about the ones that passed away and left me. Then he said about the marriage and stuff.
No, I was talking about the ones he said you done been here too long. So are they leaving or are you running them off now? But I want to think about that. Go ahead on Heather and then Chocolate Pearl, okay? Thank you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. Heather, you're muted.
Go ahead, Heather.
Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, he was vulnerable. Wow,
I love
Douglas.
It. Don't you love it?
Thank you.
Love that. Love that.
Yes.
Douglas did his thing tonight, man.
Oh
Where
my
you at?
God, that was a
I think we're
warm
gonna have
and
to give it
fuzzy
to him,
moment.
girls.
That
We'll
was a
give him
warm and
one.
fuzzy moment. Thank you for being, because that opened me up, because I feel like I have that same challenge with neglect, which is synonymous with being abandoned. And I think kind of getting to the root of some of the reasons why we can't be available in some relationships, or we're holding on to things, is to really like unpack that. Like, I think some people just try to stray away from it and just try to be strong, but if you find a partner or someone that you could actually talk to and share these things with, it kind of breaks down other walls as well. And I think everybody's just strong and wrong these days. They don't want to really bear down and really share things with people. But part of that is because you're not taking the time to get to know each other. So, trust has to come, but there has to be some type of foundation to be able to connect with somebody, to be able to want to share these vulnerable things about your past that makes you who you are when you relate to people. And, I've experienced that with someone as well, emotionally broken from past situations, and you want to be there for them, but at the same time, you're not their therapist. And sometimes you have things going on too, and you want them to be emotionally available for you as well.
Right.
So it's like everybody has some brokenness, and we're all trying to figure each other out. And it's just like, how do we do that? Like, how do we get to the core of who we are so that we can actually connect and be in relation with each other?
That was great.
Like that.
was
Like that.
excellent. Thank you. I love how we all share, but
Thank you for sharing.
Before we move on, I wanted to, Seductive, you still?
You.
Okay,
I'm gonna
still on
ask. I'm gonna let Chocolate Pearl continue, and then I'm gonna tell her she can just go on with her part. Y'all, thank you so much for sharing your emotional baggage, man. That was enlightening, just to say it that way. Heather, I appreciate you. Douglas, I love you, man. You did the damn thing tonight. Okay. Chocolate Pearl, you go ahead on.
Well,
And
I'm gonna tell you real quick, because I know your segment is up, but I just want to say my emotional baggage is I don't want to take care of another man again. I don't want to. I hate to say it that way. I am that person. I am that alpha woman who has to make sure that everything is done and but I don't want to do that no more. I tease all the time. I want to be the woman. I want to be taken care of for once in my life, at least for 15 minutes. Okay. But I don't want to be the strong one all the time. I want someone to be that alpha man for me. And yeah, I will step back. I'm trying to teach myself to step back, but I am that.
You better learn.
Yeah, I happen to be that alpha woman who, if it's not going to get done, I do try to wait in his time, but waiting 2 or 3 weeks for it to get done is just, when it should have been done a long time ago, is not good enough. But my baggage is, when I see a guy and they don't have their stuff together, I think I'm gonna stay single for the rest of my life, because you have to have your stuff together. Especially, I'm in my 50s. I'm 53 years old. I don't want anybody in their late 40s, their 50s or 60s, and you still don't have your stuff together.
Amen.
That's my baggage. I can't deal with it. I can't handle it anymore. I'm not saying that I want you to completely take care of me, but I want you to have the ability to take care of me if need be. Have that option out there, just in case something does happen, you can be there for me. Don't necessarily want you to. I mean, it would be nice, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna turn down my collar, anything but my collar, but you know what I mean. But that's what I need to say. I cannot deal with taking care of any other man ever again. I just can't.
We're tired of being Captain Sable, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm done with that. So,
amen.
With that saying, my segment is time for my segment. Now, my question, everyone, is what are some signs you've been single too long? What are some signs that you've been single too long?
I ain't had sex in a minute. That's why. That's the first time.
I think that's a good sign right there.
That's the first time that it's been too long. Yeah, I ain't been with nobody in a minute. Yeah, I'm too single.
What's too long, Anson? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah, what is too long for sex wise?
I mean, remember last year I was in the coma for 2 months, so
Wow.
It
So you
changed
saying that
me.
whole 2 months you felt that was too long to be single?
I would say prior to the accident, too long for me would have been about 2-3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. Okay.
But I've been single for 8 years, so
Wow.
So you don't think the 8 years is too long?
I mean, no. No,
All right,
not at
Douglas,
all.
tell me what are some signs that you've been single too long?
I'm kind of need clarification on the question. Or is it leaning toward that being single is a bad thing?
No.
No,
I mean,
it
Better.
doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing. It's just some people can realize that they're single because of work, or they're single because of their children, or they're single because of different things, positive or negative, or they just single too long because they got so settled in their ways. I mean, I wind up giving you
it sounds like we saying that singleness, we need to be married. Because I could flip the question and be like, state some signs that you've been married too long.
No, if you know the main topic is, the main topic, Douglas, is
eternally single.
Eternally single. So my question is, what are signs of you being, single too long? So are you in that pattern of eternally single? Like, I want to be single for the rest of my life, and only thing I want to do is hop from bed to bed. Is that telling you that those are signs of you being single too long because you just
see, you can get all you want in life with being single. So the way the question is posed to me, it's like you saying that you need to be married in a time frame. And so since you've been single for 5 years, statewide, you've been single too long.
Okay, well, let someone else answer it.
You're going way too deep, Douglas.
Of it.
You're going way too deep.
Yeah. Let someone else answer, and maybe you can get a better understanding.
So Douglas, this might be a sign that you've been single too long. After they've been there 3 days, you'll be like, you gotta go.
Miss Millie?
I think for me, I know I've been single too long when I'm in this king bed all the time by myself, one. And every time you want to go somewhere, you always going solo, or you get ready to take a trip. You always, even if other people to couple up, you either don't go or you're gonna go by yourself. And I don't want to just take a boo all the time. A boo gonna be there for 10 minutes and he out. I want somebody gonna be there all the time. So those are just some of the signs that let you know it's been too long. And then you just get tired of being the one that you got just by yourself all the time. So that's a sign you've been single too long.
Well, see, I was gonna say you need to go deeper with that, because I'm sure you can call any dude and you won't be in the king size bed by yourself.
But I said you don't just want a boo all the time. A boo gonna get you wet and he out. I don't want to just get wet and out. I want him to stay there.
So that's what I'm saying.
For a minute.
It's like, well, due to my current standards and available people out here that I interact with, no one is suitable enough to be in a long-term committed type relationship.
But then you got to look at yourself too. We have to look at ourselves. Some people may say I'm dominant. That's probably why I'm single. So some people don't like that. So all I have to do, like Chocolate Pearl, I have to try to learn to fall back and let the man be the man, because I'm a woman, I'm not a man. So I have to let him be the man. Sometimes I have to bite my tongue on dates, because I'll be like, this is the stupidest thing I ever seen. But I have to just eat it sometimes and let him think he running the show.
Exactly.
So, that could be a reason why some of us single longer than we want to be single, vice versa, male or female.
Right.
When we state our opinions, some people
meet
don't
your
like
current standards.
I didn't hear you.
I said those are things that fall for me under people don't meet your current standards. Because everything that you said that was preventing you from being single, I'm saying you can solve that but it's not a long-term solution. But it does solve the problem of being in the king-size bed by yourself, going on trips by yourself, going out to eat by yourself. You can grab anybody up, therefore you won't be by yourself. But due
But
to
no,
your
that
standards,
you're taking it into a different.
no one is compatible for you right now, which is keeping you single.
It's
And
somebody else.
that's a reason. But that's a reason. So you just gave her multiple reasons of why she is single too long. Okay, Heather.
I agree with Miss Millie. I feel like I'm in that boat as well, where you don't want to be disappointed, so you can't disappoint yourself. So you just say, listen, I want to do what it is that I want to do, and at the ending of the day, you're not sitting down, upset with yourself because you don't have a boo or you don't have a person. Because a lot of people will stop living life because they don't have a significant other, because that's what they really, really want, to be able to share something with someone. And I can't sit around waiting. I've gone on multiple trips by myself, abroad, the Caribbean, and I'm 42, I'm 43. And a lot of people say, like, are you serious? Like, you're young enough to be out here dating with everybody. But guess what? I don't want to. Like, I had that in my 20s and my 30s. Like, I'm clear of where I'm at right now. And I'm clear of, I know how to have a good time. I know how to have a good time with somebody. I know how to show people a good time. But if those people are not ready, I got to be ready to continue to live my life and to be able to enjoy it the best way that I can. Today after work, I was like, you know what? I don't want to go straight home. I went to this little spot near my job, SOBs, and had a drink, listened to some music. And then I came on home to hang out with you guys.
That
like,
little bar sound like some men I know. I'm playing. I'm playing.
And it's to the point where a lot of women over 40, we're doing this all over the place. Like, there are good women out here. I don't know what happened to some of our men. Where are they? Why is it they're not interested? Why is it they're not ready, or whatever the issue is? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. But all I know is I only got one life to live. So,
Can you answer that question for her?
Yes, I can, because
that
was actually why I had my hand up. Is because the reason a lot of people are single is because they're too focused on their wants. Okay. They're too focused on what they want. That's what I said months ago in this very forum, is that every time we have a conversation about something, it gets turned upside down to woman's wants. That was the ongoing theme every single week, no matter what.
I'm sorry, women's wants. I think it's because the male perspective, there was only a few men in the group. So, I mean, that's not 100% true. Just because we have a strong opinion and we have a strong voice because we outnumber you in this group doesn't mean that is, the status quo. At some point, we all want what we want. Men too. Like, you can't just say it's about what women want. That statement right there, it sounds as if you better, to be honest.
That was going on long before you even got on here. That's what I'm saying. Long before you even came on here as a participant. That was the ongoing theme. I've been here for months. And
she's right, Anson. There's been a multiple times that we discussed similar avenues as we're discussing today, to where it came to that factor where there were more women on the show, where it seemed like we were bashing, or it seemed like we were just talking about what our wants are, but we didn't have any males to counter those comments and say, okay, no, I don't do it like this, or I don't do it like that, or I don't want this and I don't want that. So that's why it seemed that it always come back to what women want. But now that we have a different array of a panel, to where now we can have men speak up for what they want and let us know. And this is what this forum is about, is for us to find out. But now that we have more men, and thank you, men, Keith,
Julius, thank you,
Dr. Fabulous. Of course, my favorite cousin, one of my favorite male cousins in the world, Danny. I appreciate
you better not be loving them that much
on
now.
here, and you are you
Not
are
like that.
expressing yourself more and letting us women know that it's not just about what we want, and it's about what all of us want together, and we can learn from each other. So I appreciate that. So hopefully now, Anson, it won't always be what women want. It'll be what women express about how they feel about certain situations, and men can also counter that
and not be so defensive as well, because we're all going to share a viewpoint that we're not going to all agree with, because you come across defensive.
Be that as it may, that does not change what I just said.
It doesn't have to change, but I just wanted to of us feel about that comment that you make. That's all it is. It's just we're debating on that, and it's fine. I love that. I love the fact that we're able to be in this forum to debate this situation.
There's been multiple comments I have said throughout for months that people have taken offense to, but they all have been true as far as I know. No one has debunked what I said. No one has said that I was wrong, but it's always been, oh my God, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. So what? Truth is truth.
Anson is called having an opinion, and everyone has an opinion. Okay, so that's what when we come on the very beginning of the show, it says everyone on Upscale Love. This is based on opinion, not facts. Okay,
right. So, listen up, panel. Everybody wants what they want.
Right.
If it's come from, if I say what I want, it's gonna be what the male wants. If it comes from y'all, it's gonna be what the women want.
Right.
I mean, so his statement is true because it's been more women and stuff, but it, that's a non-starter. It is what it is, because you can only speak from your viewpoint on what you want.
Opinion.
His statement is relative to his viewpoint and his experience, just like my statement is relative